Thank you very much for joining us here on News 12 New Jersey. I'm Della Cruz. Whether you're cheering for the Eagles or the Giants tonight, there's a Jersey athlete we can all root for. News 12's Allie Reed has that story. But first, we are on weather to watch for Sunday. So let's check in with meteorologist Scott Sinkoff to find out more.
That's right, Della. We are on weather to watch. Lots of rain, especially Sunday evening into your Monday morning commute. A couple of spots north of I-80. Could even see a few flakes mixed in there too. But today, clouds, a little bit of sunshine. Seeing those temperatures peak in the low to mid 40s. So if you have to do anything outdoors, bring the jacket. It's not too bad outside, as we are seeing a mix of clouds across the Garden State. All in all, not too bad out there, as we are seeing a little bit of sunshine, but not as much as we were hoping for. We are looking at that pretty nice view down by the GWB, 42 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, but look at that wind out of the north and west. Pretty breezy, feels like the 30s. So definitely have the extra layer as you're heading on out if you're going down to the link for the Giants-Eagles tailgate. The wind 5 to 15 miles per hour, making it feel a bit on the chillier side, gusting up to 25 at times. So definitely hold on to your hats out there, whether it be midnight green or big blue. 30s out there, 40s though down by the shore, 41 in Toms River and Belmar, 39 in Flemington, Passaic, 42 in Newark, 41 down in Mount Holly, as temperatures are going to be peaking in the low to mid 40s today. A mix of clouds and sunshine, wind on the lesser side down toward the north and west, but we are looking though at some more chances of rain and wind as we go Sunday evening into your Monday, looking pretty heavy at times. We'll break down the impacts coming up ahead in your hyper local forecast.
This coming week, figure skaters from across the U.S. will be flying out to San Jose, California to compete at the 2023 U.S. Figure Skating Championships. It's considered one of the most important competitions in this country before making it to the world stage. One skater from South Jersey is being eyed as the next big name in this sport. News 12 New Jersey's Allie Reed is at the Igloo in Mount Laurel this afternoon, of course, to tell us a lot more about this individual. Allie?
Right, Della, this is just so exciting. Isabeau Levito, that is a name you certainly are not going to want to forget. At just 15 years old, she is the 2022 World Junior Champion and is considered the most consistent American woman in the figure skating sport at its best. It's here in South Jersey at the Igloo, where she practices nearly every single day of the week, a place she's been training out of since she was just 4 years old. To put it lightly, in the figure skating world, she's a pretty big deal, not only to have her be representing our country, but the fact that she's been training out of our state of New Jersey. On Monday, she leaves for San Jose, California to compete at the senior levels against some of the top ladies in figure skating. She has an excellent chance of taking that first place spot given her track record, but Isabeau says she's not here to talk placement. She says figure skating comes first and foremost before any thoughts on the podium itself.
For me to not be focusing only on the elements and the jumps and the spins and the footwork, but to be focusing more on like the performance aspect and getting being entertaining in a way. I love nationals. It is so exciting and there's so much energy and excitement in the air, and it's always such a bright and happy experience for me.
And she has a pretty big week ahead. Levito will plan to practice a few more times before heading to catch her flight Monday to California. It's Tuesday when she'll first skate on competition ice in San Jose, but it won't be until later in the week when she actually competes. Now, on a personal note, this is also my home rink. I competed out of here. I am a South Jersey native. This is where I came every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and even beyond for my own figure skating. Now, with that, I actually saw Isabeau step onto the ice for the very first time at the age of 4. It was back then. I remember her vividly going to her coach, Yulia, and saying, "Yulia, I want to make it to the Olympics one day." And trust me, she is certainly on the path to do so. And in fact, if it wasn't for her age limit, the age limit of being 16 to be able to compete in the Olympics for figure skating, she would have been in Beijing this past year. She's a pretty incredible figure skater. Of course, we'll have more on her story later on this evening and a little bit more on her coach as well as they prepare for a very big week ahead. Live in Mount Laurel this afternoon, Allie Reed, News 12 New Jersey.
We will keep our eyes on her. Thank you, Allie. A busy week in New Jersey politics. Here's a recap of the local matters that you may have missed.
Double check that there aren't materials that belong to the American people that have been interfiled with the private material.
Part of what we're doing is focusing on acts of kindness.
Forces of racism, prejudice, bias that want to take us back.
A lot of things get done behind closed doors. We don't want those closed doors in this case. I love the state, and we want to support the state.
No child should be left without access to health care coverage.
All income-eligible children may now enroll in New Jersey Family Care, regardless of their immigration status.
It's the right thing to do for the future health of our state.
What I've found is comfort in being with other 9/11 family members. We live our lives and we think about him every day, and he very much is with us in that sense.
My mom was a 9/11 survivor. She was in the South Tower.
He doesn't deserve to be where he's at. He doesn't deserve a government pension.
I irked him a little bit when I told him that I didn't think that he was legitimate.
Mr. Santos will ultimately have to deal with whatever is the truth of his circumstances.
Where it just all fell through. That was the breaking point.
By putting a sticker up, I don't think that's showing favoritism by any means. I think it's just showing that a student who happens to be an LGBTQ plus student is exactly the same as a student who isn't.
I am gratified that they acknowledged the problem, and it looks like now it's going towards a recount, which, you know, is something that desperately needs to be done.
Now to this News 12 exclusive. A family is demanding answers. Their 91-year-old grandfather died just days after police say he was attacked by a fellow resident at a Union County nursing home. We warn you, some of the pictures the family shared of his injuries are graphic. A police report states a Complete Care employee checked in on Herman Walker and his 61-year-old roommate around 4 a.m. When she returned at 5 a.m., she found Walker lying bloodied in his bed. His roommate had blood on his hands and clothes. Police tried getting statements at the scene from both men who suffer from dementia but were unsuccessful. Complete Care issued a statement and said in part, staff followed established protocols and the matter was promptly reported to the appropriate authorities as required by state law. The matter is now in the hands of law enforcement.
I'm disappointed in the way my grandfather was treated there. Like, he was only there for about 6 months, and this was a good person who He was a good person. He was a great grandfather, and he didn't deserve what happened to him.
Peggy's Law was enacted in 2017. It requires workers to contact police if they suspect a crime within 24 hours or within 2 hours if an injury is involved. Both the facilities and employees can face fines if they don't comply. We reached out to Complete Care a second time to get clarity on what their established protocols are and if those protocols include preventative measures to avoid a similar incident, but no one was available to speak to that. The Old Bridge Police Department is looking for this woman. They say she cashed a bad check at a TD Bank. She used the ID of a woman whose purse was stolen from her car in Tinton Falls. Police also say it's been reported this woman pulled the same crime in 9 other surrounding communities. If you have any info, contact police. The FDA is making ibuprofen more available to hospitals and other healthcare providers. The agency relaxed rules allowing certain facilities to turn that drug into a liquid used in many hospitals, especially to treat the latest surge of respiratory infections. This ruling doesn't apply to over-the-counter forms of the medicine. The change applies solely to healthcare providers. Meanwhile, emergency departments are cutting back on opioid prescriptions. The CDC says the amount of opioids prescribed in the ER dropped to 8% between 2019 and 2020. That's down from 12% the years before. Studies show people who receive opioid prescriptions or at emergency department visits are at risk for developing long-term use. In recent years, overdose deaths hit record levels in the U.S. Halloween is long gone, but you can still check out some spooky sights on a road trip close to home. We told you about an alligator in the Cape May Zoo who landed there after his owner got evicted. That gator will be heading to Florida. According to CNN, it will live in the Florida Alligator Sanctuary. Savion Mendez from East Orange owned the gator illegally. His friend Angel Rosario offered to take the reptile to his home. Rosario's parents, though, didn't let him keep it, so they lied to the cops, saying that he found the gator. All four are facing charges. Mendez for owning a dangerous exotic species, and Rosario and his parents for falsifying a police report. All right, let's take a look right here at the boardwalk here in Seaside Heights. Don't you really wish you were on that Ferris wheel? Not exactly today because it's a little bit cold, isn't it? But it's nice to even think the thought here in January while everybody else walks on the boardwalk. Meteorologist Scott Senkoff, though, how cold is it over there?
It's not too bad. It's around 40 degrees, which is right around where it should be.
Yeah, but you got that breeze off the ocean.
Yeah, I got that breeze to make it feel like the 30s. But you know what, though? Sunsets are getting longer, which means, my friends, that summer is just a few months ahead. So if you like the beach, it's definitely looking ahead. But we are looking at that rain coming in tomorrow night into Monday morning. A couple of spots north of Route 80 could see a few flakes, a couple specks of ice mixed in there for the Monday morning commute, but mainly just going to be plain old rain, wet roads, so definitely plan ahead for that. But we are looking at these temperatures, 30s and 40s currently. We're looking at these conditions not really moving, I should say, as we go into the rest of the day. Mostly cloudy to partly sunny skies, maybe a few flurries flying out there as we're looking at some pretty nice conditions for the day today with those clouds, a little bit of sunshine, but all this moisture from the Gulf pumping on in towards us in the tri-state area for the day tomorrow. So definitely plan ahead for that with all that rain on the way. Cloudy skies, a little bit of sunshine over by the GWB with that wind out of the north and west. That's making it feel like the 30s and even 20s in a couple of spots in the hills over in Sussex, Warren County. So definitely plan ahead for this over the course of the day. Temperatures are going to be rising up only into the low to mid 40s. So not really going that much higher than that. But as we go into the rest of the next 10 days, looking at a chance of rain into Sunday and Monday, and then again Wednesday into Thursday, breezy conditions as well. So definitely plan ahead for a couple of those shots of rain and snow. That is a look at your hyper local forecast.
Jespy House is celebrating its 45th anniversary. This agency supports adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. It was established in South Orange in 1978, opening with 4 clients and 3 staffers. Now it's grown to 260 clients and 100 employees. Over 12 couples there have gotten married. The achievements there at Jespy House include gainful employment, self-advocacy, life skills development, and medal wins at Special Olympics. Congratulations. Older students in Demarest help the younger ones learn all about taking care of themselves. Senior scientists from the Academy of the Holy Angels Upper School hosted a mini health fair for 6th graders. Small groups of students from AHA Middle School visited several learning stations. Seniors presented short talks and demonstrations about nutrition, bones, heart health, blood pressure, and body systems. 2 teachers in health and science collaborated on this idea. A big Saturday shout out to the Park Wayne Diner. These waitresses say they love News 12. Jennifer, the one in the middle, says her daughter is also interested in TV news. And today is a special one for 12-year-old, a lovely child in Newark. Raheem is a proud preteen. His mom and sister say, "Happy birthday, we love you." They add, "Thanks, #12 News the best." At one time, it was a prison holding notorious criminals. Now it's a ghost of what it used to be. Road Trip Close to Home takes you to the Eastern State Penitentiary.
Eastern State is really a glimpse into history and a really great place to learn more about the formation of the modern criminal justice system and how things have changed since then.
Built in 1829, so it just celebrated its 193rd anniversary. And this is the world's first true penitentiary. Every prisoner here was intended to live in solitary confinement and hopefully achieve some sort of penitence, which is where the word penitentiary comes from. They were taught a trade, the idea being if somebody learned a skill while they were incarcerated, when they left here, they could have a marketable skill that could allow them to get employment, and everything we see after that, all the way up to the present, is also prison reform.
So where would you say your favorite spot is at the penitentiary?
So we're approaching the central surveillance hub, which I think is the most significant room in the prison. Each cell block here radiates or comes out of this central room.
Right.
So a guard in the 1800s could stand here and with very little movement be able to tell that nobody was outside of their cell. This is cell block 7. It was the last of the original 7 cell blocks to be built. It opened in 1836. It's one of the largest on site. The doorways are small for security reasons. It's difficult for somebody to run in and out of a room, a doorway that's this small, and it's also a little bit psychological.
I think the coolest area is probably the medical wing, just because there's so much to learn in there.
You can see a psychiatric department over here to our left.
There was actually a very advanced medical system here, more so than a lot of other areas. So much so that even civilians would be brought in.
Visitors are mainly interested in learning about Al Capone and other famous people that lived here. So the cell looks and sounds really luxurious, but the truth is other prisoners had access to these things too.
And you get to go around and see some really cool things like the escape tunnel entrance that's now sealed off.
It took about a year to dig. It's about 100 feet long and about 20 feet deep.
I don't know how anybody would ever fit through here. Architecturally, it's a beautiful building in some spots. There's skylights, high ceilings.
The building is safe. They should come here to experience the historic site, to be inside.
Things such as genealogy research to see if your family may have been here, and if so, why they were here or when they were here.
Visitors should come here to learn more about the criminal justice system and their connection to the criminal justice system.
It is all about the rivalry at Italian People's Bakery in Hamilton. They're serving Green Eagles bread and Blue Giants bread. Yeah, they look the colors, blue and green. Fans lined up Friday morning to show their support for the team and their appetite.
Did you come in specifically for that?
I did. My nephew's a huge fan, so I decided to grab him a loaf.
So far, more Eagles bread, cupcakes, and cookies are still selling, but everything looks really, really good. News 12 will have extensive coverage, the game, the fans, the playoffs, and winner to the NFC Championship. And for those of you heading to the game later today, let's check that forecast with meteorologist Scott Sinkoff. Yay! Did you see the colors? I thought they looked good.
I thought they looked delicious. I know, because Mercer County is more Eagles country, but hey, if you're a football fan, today is a great day for us here in the Garden State, because whether you're playing for Big Blue or Gang Midnight Green. I know I'm a Jets fan, but hey, Gang Midnight Green for those E-A-G-L-E-S Eagles, because we are looking at temperatures in the 40s. So cheesesteaks, Taylor ham, and or pork roll. Yes, they are the same thing for those tailgates. 43, mix of clouds, a little bit of sunshine, but as we go toward kickoff at 38 degrees, that's 8:15 at Lincoln Financial Field. Going to be in the 30s throughout the game. Wind out of the northwest, going to make it feel chilly, but the good news, my friends, that wind is not really going to impact the pass or kick game. So good news for all of our friends in Giants Nation or Eagles country. But for the rest of the day today, mix of clouds and sunshine. All in all, pretty good weather out across the region, but our next weather maker comes tomorrow afternoon through Monday. You're going to see a lot of rain, a little bit of snow mix north of I-80 that could cause some slippery roads, wet conditions for your Monday morning commute, and then another chance of some snow possible. That's going to be Wednesday into Thursday. But today, highs are going to be in the low to mid 40s, 42 in Clifton, 43 in Freehold, 44 in Toms River, 45 over in AC. Overnight temperatures dropping to around 30 degrees as we are looking at some nicer conditions today. A mix of clouds and sunshine, but then the rain moves in toward the afternoon. Heavy at times Sunday night into our Monday as well. So definitely play it slow for your commute. A little bit of snow and ice that comes around 7 o'clock in the morning north of I-80. So definitely be safe out there. Plan ahead. The rain is going to linger as temperatures get warmer through the afternoon on Monday. Going to see anywhere from a ½ inch to 1 inch of rain north of I-80. A little bit of snow mixed in with that will lower total. So definitely just be safe, be careful out there. Could even see a few lingering flurries Monday night into our Tuesday as well. But things are looking drier, though, Tuesday with another chance Wednesday into Thursday. Temperatures, though, peaking in the 30s and 40s all week long with a few chances of rain and snow over the next 10 days. That is a look at your hyper local forecast.
Valentine's Day is less than a month away. City Cruises is offering a special holiday package February 11th, 12th, and 14th. The company operates the Spirit of New Jersey. Along with Skyline Views, the trip includes dinner, champagne, and entertainment. Cruises depart from Lincoln Harbor Marina and Weehawken. You can get more info on news12.com. And right now, let's take a look at the beautiful sunrise over the GWB here on this Saturday morning. Are you waking up? Are you running around with your chores and breakfast already? Stick with News 12, where local matters.
I'm John Bathke. From the red carpet to what's happening backstage, I'll bring you exclusive interviews and all the Broadway news on the scene, Wednesdays on News 12.